So what we're going to talk about is how to find trades on the 50-minute chart with little or no drawdown. We're going to go right to the charts and show some examples of this. I've drawn two vertical lines. The one on the left is showing a trade when the market is in the impulsive move or it's above this moving average, going in that direction, blue for the blue color. Now, don't get hung up on that we're looking back in the past. We have to show what the past looks like so you know what to look for. Right here we have a color change to be blue. You can tell when the color changes. They're all on the correct side and the same side of that zero line. So there's a 4-bar, correct side. That would be heads up for a trade going long. Now here's the other key point. Going into counter trend trade, you want a 4-bar, but when the male and the filter are on the correct side, but the center indicator is just the right color. So it's a 4-bar, the male and filter is what you're looking for. Now let's go look at the smaller time frames to see how you would want to time the entry on these. First of all, you want a 4-bar on the 5-minute here, and it was 4-bar going long. And then on the 1-minute, you need a 4-bar also. So you could have considered a trade right in that area, and it went in your favor about 9-10 pips, came back almost to a break even, and then it took off. So there was not any drawdown on that one. Let's go look at the ones that counter trend trade. We go to the 5-minute. Now, right where that vertical line is, that's where the 15 was saying it was going in that short direction. But we need to have the 5-minute a 4-bar. And then we need the 1-minute to be a 4-bar. So we had to wait at least another minute right there. That's where the 1-minute became a 4-bar. All of the indicators were below the zero line, and that's where you could enter a nice little trade for some good pips. It shows at about 20 pips in that section right there. The way you would manage that is go to the 5-minute. I'm just marking this illustration for what the 1-minute looks like. Let's see what the 5-minute looked like. 5-minute, it was going down before it went sideways, and so that would be the area that you could manage it on the 5-minute. That's another video, is to teach you how to manage these trades and where to possibly exit the trade as well. Here's another point where the male and the filter were on the correct side, the same side of that zero line, and it was a 4-bar. So that would be an area where there was a short little trade. Now you can see that it stayed that way for a little bit, and we'll look at the smaller time frames to time it, but then it went back against you. So I'm going to draw another line right after it came back in compliance again. They're both on the correct side, and it was a 4-bar. So that's what it looks like. The two different places you would possibly enter, get in, get out, or you could stay in it and ride it through the retracement. That's your decision at that point. Let's look at the 5-minute. You can see the retracement on that 5-minute. So the 5-minute on this first one on the left, it needs to be a 4-bar also. There's a 4-bar, and they're both on the correct side. And then we go to the 1-minute. The 1-minute, all are on the correct side. And so someplace right in there you can take a trade. Now see, that wasn't a very big trade. And so you decide, well, I'm going to get out, or you can say I'm going to ride through this because I think it's going to keep on going. Now let's look at the 4-bar again on this 5-minute. Let's go back to 15. You can see that there was a 4-bar there, and the 5-minute was a 4-bar as well. And you can see these developing. Don't get hung up on that we're looking back in the past. If I don't show you what it looks like in the past, you'll never know what to look like, what it's supposed to look like for the future. So here's the 15-minute, the 5-minute 4-bar, and the 1-minute. 1-minute's not a 4-bar right there. It's not on the correct side right there. But the very next time frame, it became a 4-bar, and it was on the correct side of that zero line. So you can look, there's a 10-pip move there. It went sideways a little bit, and then so it turned out to be about a 20-pip move. Now what I'm going to do is mark this so you can see how the other trick is to know how to manage it. Well, if it gets in your favor, then you might want to consider moving to the 5-minute to manage the trade. See, it went down the 10 pips we talked about, it did a little bit of retracement, then came back in and gave you about a 20 pip move on that, because all the indicators said, if you know how to read them, that it was going to stay in that direction. So you can pick out some really nice pips by just knowing which side of the zero line the male and the filter are on in taking trades. Now, if the market's not moving, yes, you can find some trades here. Notice that they're not on the same side right here. Right there's the place that they're first on the same side. Now, you notice that it didn't come back against you. It came close, or if you'd taken it a little bit later, it might have been back a pip or so. But I'm not saying that's going to be, every trade is going to be a long trade. The main thing is that if you watch that on the 15-minute, you can prevent yourself from taking big drawdowns. Hopefully this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can contact Jed or Kirk at jed@forextradingsecrets.com, and this is where you can actually start making pips using just one little strategy that I shared with you for high probability trades.